Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Tonight we're going to be looking at a variation of one of the greatest so-called aftershave fragrances, which is known as Brut. So this is a flanker called Brut Black Cologne, or what is also called Brut Titan. This is classified as an aromatic fougere. So this, I would say, is a very lovely, great, high-value fragrance. And there's, again, nothing like the original Brut. The older bottles is one of the finest smelling fragrances there is. The newer bottles are somewhat different. They don't have the same power and longevity. And I would say the original Brut that was in a bottle like this, now it's in like kind of a more fat squat bottle. But the original was an amazing fragrance, which I believe came out 1964, somewhere around there. So I'm going to take the top off this one, give it a spray in the back of my wrist. So initially, you get a very gorgeous, spicy lavender. It's slightly sweet, but in a barbershop fashion. And there's definitely some soft citrus, and I get a little bit of a dirty, spicy woodiness to it. As it dries down, it starts to soften, and you get some light floral notes. I must say, during the first dry down, it's a very smooth blend. It's very appealing. You get the floral, the citrus, some sweet spices. Then, when the late dry down, you get, this is my least favorite part about the fragrance. It starts to become a little bit, it becomes darker, and it becomes almost a little bit like of a spicy, sour woodiness. But that doesn't last forever. Later on, maybe about a half hour after that, you get a late dry down. And the fragrance becomes very smooth, very kind of like a very nice woodiness that has some remnants of the lavender. And it's just a nice skin scent, but it doesn't have a lot of power or longevity. As advertised, the top notes of this fragrance are anise, various citrus notes, lavender and basil. The mid notes are floral notes and some spicy notes. Base notes are various woody notes. So a little bit of an obscure note breakdown that was given for this fragrance. But the performance on this, because it's an EDC eau de cologne concentration, is just decent. You're going to get a few hours. You have to reapply. It plays very well off the clothes. I wouldn't necessarily think it's necessary to reapply too often, because I would maybe every 2-3 hours, but you don't have to just keep spraying and spraying and spraying, and overspraying I don't think is really going to help. I think 2 or 3 sprays and you're good, and when it's time to reapply. Who could wear this? I would say anybody that is in, you know, mid-late 20s and up. It really depends on your taste, because this is, it doesn't have the old school vibe. And as I'm smelling it right now, it's got that spicy woodiness, but it's starting to smooth out. It's really starting to take shape for the final dry down. Overall, I would say this is a very well blended scent. Has a great initial spray. First dry down is good, but then the next dry down, there's a period for maybe about a half hour, 45 minutes, where it's got a little bit of an odd transition. But once the fragrance pushes through that, the final dry down is excellent. I really enjoy this fragrance. And for this, the price of this is very moderately priced. And if you're looking for something, maybe just to spray on for the evening, let's say you're going into unfamiliar circumstances, you want to smell good, but you don't want to be overpowering, this is definitely something you can't go wrong with. It's just a nice, something you could grab off your shelf and then spray. And I think it's going to be generally very appealing to everyone. And it's easy to wear. It's not obnoxious for you. It's not going to annoy anyone else as well. Again, always try before you buy. But if you like this video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Any comments or questions you have, leave them down below, and I'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.